So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the WESG qualifiers for the 2018-19 season. It's going to be Team Russia, or basically the Virtus Pro without their star mid player in the form of no one, because no one is unfortunately, well, it doesn't, not unfortunately, but no one is Ukrainian, so he can't really participate in the Russian version of these qualifiers. And on the side of ESPADA, they actually have a Ukrainian player, don't they? No, their coach is Ukrainian. Yeah. The Heartless King, he's Ukrainian, but all the players on the side of ESPADA are Russian. Therefore, they can participate in the Russian qualifiers for WESG. And here, deep into the draft, ladies and gentlemen, it is a best of 5 between the two teams, and Team Russia staring down the barrel of their final ban, having grabbed up their first 4 heroes for the day. And we'll be seeing what they conclude their draft with here towards the end. I'm Snape, by the way. Thanks for joining me. We're here casting these grand finals. Of course, everybody's going to be backing Team Russia, Virtus Pro, even though they don't have no one. Afro Ninja is a really good player. He's been around the scene for quite some time. I believe he has actually played with a few of these players before on separate teams in the past. I have to go back and check. But this guy's been around the block. Afro Ninja. So everybody's had some kind of interaction with him. I think back in the day on Power Rangers. I'll have to just go make 100% sure. I'm not certain. Either way, though, I think they have yet to pick up his hero. This PL seems like it's going to be handled by Ramses. Pasha will definitely play the Centaur War Runner. Earthshaker will definitely be ran by Roger. And then Solo will play the WW. They end up banning the Zeus, Undying, and Bane Elemental were the last 3 bans. They led things off with Bounty Hunter, Tiny, as well as the Weaver. ESPADA have taken out the Magnus, Ursa Warrior, as well as the Silencer. The Global Silencer. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So, Kunkka as the last pick here, after they banned out Storm, Enigma, Morphling, Silencer, Ursa, as well as Magnus. So this is a hero that they have some kind of catch onto the PL right now, which they were somewhat lacking before.
10 seconds
They
remaining.
were relying a lot on this Gyro.
5 seconds remaining.
Basically going ham in this game and just demolishing the enemy team. They were not really hoping for a scenario whereby things end up just being huge team fights. They don't have a lot of cleave. You know, Kunkka's gonna fix that for them somewhat. But Kunkka, it's actually interesting that they go for this last pick, Huskar, because I would actually imagine that Kunkka does pretty well in this matchup. Actually, now that I think about it though, my base intuition is that this hero would do well as a result of having access to the Tidebringer cleave. But that only becomes really effective and on very low cooldown on the later levels, level 3, level 4. Whereas he's going to be dealing with this Huskar Burning Spears from level 1, or at the very latest level 2. So I actually imagine that Kunkka is going to have somewhat of a rough time here. Necrophos is notoriously bad against Huskar. Even the Gyrocopter IO, all magic damage on that side up until the point where Gyro gets a lot of damage built up through items, or IO hits level 15 and is able to give the Gyrocopter that Aghanim Scepter so that the side gunner can deal the bonus physical damage. But up till that point, most of what is coming out of the side of ESPADA will be magical damage, which Huskar will gladly deal with at any given stage of the game. I'm liking how this is shaping out, actually. I'm with this. I'm feeling this. Definitely feeling this Team Russia draft. Virtus Pro minus no one plus Afro Ninja. This definitely feels like it works for me. And at the same time, the Centaur War Runner I think is one of the better heroes versus the Kunkka. Because if you time it correctly and you get off the Stampede as the drag back is happening from the X marks the spot. Oh well, that's VP coming through. Already playing some cheerses for their opponents, for their enemy. And now we're going to be getting it underway, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves at the helm Virtus Pro going up against the side. Oh wait, we should probably just reduce the volume a little bit. It's a bit loud.
It was your own damn fault.
But that seems perfectly adequate to me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, getting underway in this game. Virtus Pro going up against Team ESPADA. VP, the mid lane is going to be played by Afro Ninja this game. No one not being allowed in these qualifiers due to his Ukrainian heritage. Afro Ninja on this Huskar should be doing quite well. Non-Pasha Basha going to be heading to the bottom side of the map on the Center Warrunner. We do have ourselves Solo on the WW, Roger on the Earthshaker, and Ramses playing the Phantom Lancer. So thus far, so far all good. Nothing unexpected happening on their side. Misha, of course, will be handling this Ogre. Immersion on the IO. BZZ is perfect C633. Will be playing the Necrophos for his team. Nyx in the mid lane on the Kunkka, and that'll leave ILTW trying to carry his team on this Gyrocopter. Gyro is one of his better heroes overall, as we've seen in the past. This guy can really take off with this hero, actually. I like his Gyro. Very rough game to be playing this Gyrocopter though. Versus the PL as well as the Huskar. It's... okay, so... actually, I'm being an idiot. It need not be that loud for me. I can just decrease some of my volume and I'll be okay. But simultaneously, you also don't want this game to be too loud for you guys so that you can't hear anything else that's happening. So the game now finally getting underway. The pause having subsequently ended, and we'll be seeing how they want to try and set up these lanes from either side. Looks like on the side of Team Russia, they want to set up with this Phantom Lancer as well as the Earthshaker here in the top lane. They've sent Roger here. Him and Ramses should be able to confirm the securement of this bounty rune. Quite hard to take up against the Earthshaker. You just get fissured immediately and there's nothing you can do. Towards the bottom side of the map, we do see that they block out these camps. Immersion and Misha running forward. They get off the small camp block, so there will be no pulling available for them on the side of Team Russia. What they don't know is that it's Pasha coming to the bottom side of the map, so they don't care too much about whether or not he can pull. He's much more difficult to kill than would be the case if there was an Earthshaker or a Winter Wave in here. So Pasha's going to be fine with this. And they got their Observer Ward out just to scout out any movement from the mid side of the map or the Dire Jungle into the Radiant safe lane. So they're probably going to be okay with this. And they're going to secure the top two bounty runes, lose the bottom ones, and a 2-for-2 trade at the beginning of this game. And ladies and gentlemen, getting underway. The winner of this game will be representing Russia at the WESG tournament, at the LAN finals themselves. So pretty prestigious affair. I know a lot of Dota players, we tend not to take much stock in the notion of national teams and national players. But nevertheless, here we are in that exact situation, hoping to get a national representative out of the proceedings here today. Solo is parked behind the tier 1 tower, looking to get off a courier snipe. Let's see when Nyx wants to send this over. He's going to start struggling soon though. F1NJ's got burning spears now. And there's a Tidebringer hit. But 10-second cooldown is really long at this point in the game. Top lane though, Roger being chased a little bit. But either way, like 10 seconds, the duration of this cooldown, he can farm, like he'll be able to run forward right now. Right? And it'll do a lot of damage to F1NJ. But he also knows that he's going to take a lot of damage in the interim, trying to make that move happen. So this lane, I think definitely will go in his favor. The one good thing though is because he waited so long to get his salve delivered, Solo was forced to rotate up to the top lane to protect Roger and ensure that Ramses can get his farm on the Phantom Lancer, so there will be no early courier snipe. Pretty good times. ESPADA will be very happy about that. The last thing Nyx would need is to lose his courier at the very beginning of this game versus a Huskar in the mid lane. And Huskar's about to crack level 3. Already he's starting to win out on the overall denies on this Kunkka. I mean, Nyx might actually die here. He has to be very careful. Still has a salve, but doesn't want to have to pop it as of yet. Bottom lane, we do see ILTW as well as Immersion are doing what they can against Pasha, who's gotten that early point into the return to prevent him from getting overly harassed by Immersion on the Wisp. They might try to make something happen though. They've got a homing rocket flying out onto him. There's going to be the flak, or they don't have any flak kits, the Wisp balls as well as the rocket barrage come through from the Gyrocopter. It's not going to be enough to secure a kill, but it's going to annoy Pasha somewhat. But he's going to be fine. He's going to be okay. He still has 2 tangos left to consume for himself. He can buy boots now And if he dies soon, he won't really care that much. Top lane though, Misha found himself getting fissured. But they don't have the damage to chase down the super beefy ogre. Every time I see this hero, I ask myself, like, this is a support, really? 8 armor, 700 HP, what a hero. Ogre Magi is. Top though, they're going to try for BZZ is perfect. He gets fissured up right now. There's no escape for him. He does have the Ghost Shroud. Pops the wand as well. And there's going to be the Bloodlust from Misha. It's not going to be enough though. Splinter Blast will connect onto him. And Ramses will finish the kill with the Spirit Lance. Drawing the first blood for his team. Team Russia. Virtus Pro. Plus Afro Ninja. Secure the first blood. And this is really bad because as BZZ is perfect, one of the last things, so it already sucks playing against PL as a Necrophos to begin with. The last thing you want in this matchup is for PL to actually have a better start than you. Because there comes a point in the game where you can't really do anything on this PL besides onto this PL really. Like you try and kill him, you're never going to find the real PL to be able to Reaper Scythe down. He's always going to have an army of PL illusions with Diffusal Blade that take away your entire mana pool, making you a hero somewhat less than useless. So it's pretty rough having a difficult start on that hero. And in the same time, Afro Ninja, with help from the Earthshaker, they secured a kill onto Nyx. So now Afro Ninja is doubling up the CS of this Kunkka. Really rough situation here. Kunkka is level 5. Nyx is level 4 on the Kunkka. It's not even 5 minutes yet, so he might just lose out on this action rune. Oh, and he does. Feels so bad. There's an action rune on the top side of the map, which is going to get picked up by Roger of all heroes. This Earthshaker is going to grab this, try and make things happen on the map somewhere. And the dire scan will be there. And they will be able to confirm that somebody grabbed the rune at top, which will ensure that Nyx, he couldn't really already, but now he definitely can't come back to this mid lane. And he gets scanned out as well. Roger knows exactly where he is. With the connection of the scan, let's see if they're going to be able to make anything happen off of this. Roger, wrapping around. We'll see Nyx at about half HP. Roger only has level 2 though. So the best he can do is steal away some of this XP from our Kunkka. Unless he gets some help from someone. But he might be able to just steal the bounty runes. This is just as big actually. Oh no, no, distract the courier. Okay, let's see, will he be able to get the action rune? There's the bounty. He picks it up on the top side of the map. Roger will get X'd back. And there are 3 heroes around him right now. Homing missile flying out onto him. They want to try to close the gap to get off the rocket barrage. But Nyx is actually going to be known to chase this down. Gyrocopter will go back to farming. And the torrent will be there from Nyx to secure a kill onto the Earthshaker. Top lane in the meantime though, we do see Ramses falling very low. Doesn't have any regen left naturally for himself besides this one. But also does have access to the shrine right behind him. So should be perfectly okay here. Roger might be trying to look for a kill out to BZZ is perfect. There's going to be the fissure. They get it out onto him. The death pass does come out. He does still have Ghost Shroud with the wand as well as a salve. And they will force the Ghost Shroud out. So that's 25 seconds where BZZ is perfect will not have that defensive measure available to him. Which will mean that he can't really show his face in the lane. Ramses will gleefully make use of this additional space to Ghost Shroud. Do they have a smoke? Yeah, they do. They're going to make use of it. Pasha does die on the bottom side of the map. ILTW with this homing missile and the level 3 rocket barrage. They secure a kill onto the Centaur. Afro Ninja is still dumpstering this mid lane. 41 and 32 versus the 24 and 2. And we're going to see top. BZZ might die here. Splinter Blast will connect onto him. He does have Ghost Shroud. And a way to get himself out of this. Hopefully there's going to be the Spirit Lance to slow him down. He does pop off the wand. The TP coming in from the Ogre Mage to try to keep him safe. And Roger surrounding him as well. They have the enchant totem hit. They don't even need it because there's no aftershock for the stun. Roger just right clicks him down on this Earthshaker. And once again another kill. Necrophos brought down in the top lane. Ramses not being the one to find that one themselves, but being involved nonetheless. I mean, they have 2 lanes going phenomenally well for them. The only lane where things aren't going that great is at bottom. Pasha is having a really rough time. He has the lowest amount of CS of all the cores right now. His level advantage is the same as the Necro though. However, he does need that Blink Dagger at some point this game. ILTW is doing quite well in overall CS for himself as well. However, all of that being said, Team Russia are definitely much happier with what's happening on their side of the map. And now they might try to get a kill onto this Kunkka again. Middle, he gets dived on. Level 6 is available for F1NJ. Nix will have his teleport cancelled away by the fissure from Roger. And F1NJ will get another kill onto this Kunkka. That's his third death, or second actually. Okay, no, it's not so bad. Yeah, because you got solo kill by F1NJ and then he died to Roger. Yeah, so it's not so bad. It's cool. Still very, very rough though. He's level 8 on the Huskar, level 5 on Kunkka. Jesus Christ. This is domination. They're going to take over this mid-tier 1 tower very soon in this game. Misha's going to make his presence known because here comes LTW with the cooldown onto F1NJ and the homing rocket flying forward as well. Will they have the damage to bring down this Huskar? He's falling very low. They bring down solo. F1NJ now, though, turning his attention towards the gyrocopter. Roger is here as well. The aftershock will not be available. Misha gets jumped on by F1NJ and he'll get burned out, but LTW as well as Nix turn their attention back towards the Huskar. Very low on HP, and I think he does have his omelets on his courier. Or does he have the omelets actually? He doesn't have omelets yet. Oh, he does, yeah. It was on the courier, but wasn't available for him to fight with. And he ends up going down in that situation. So ILTW making the rotation possible with immersion. They head top to the mid lane. And they get their own back somewhat. That's the first death in this game for F1NJ. Very much required for them to try and break the momentum of this hero. And they're going to try for top again. ILTW with the homing missile flying out onto Solo. Solo has gone in for the Octi burnout to 633. F1NJ TP's top. The Ghost Shot will be out there. They're going to get ultimated right now. The life break from F1NJ catching out onto 63. 63 will end up dying very early on. Rocket Barrage from ILTW will bring down the Winter Wyvern. So they trade BZZ is perfect for Solo. Definitely not worth it if you're the side of ESPADA. And they try to use this fissure to block off the movement from ILTW and immersion. They fail to do so, but they just get away with the straight up kill. Bottom though, they're going to try to bring down Pasha. Both will fly out onto him. Misha surrounding him. They get the fire blast out. Nine Pasha has already used the stampede, so he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Looking for the hoof stomp, but Nix also will have the Tidebringer hit very soon. But it's not going to get off actually. They were too scared of the potential hoof stomp to make the go onto the Centaur. So he will end up just being able to walk away. And they can't really move forward to try and secure this kill because this Observer Ward has spotted out the fact that Solo, or that the Earthshake is in the mid lane. And now here F1NJ are going to get relocated upon right now. Fissure catches two heroes. F1NJ still alive, has been armlet targeting. Life breaks forward onto the creep wave to try and get himself out of trouble. But the homing missile will connect directly onto him. And there will be the Reaper Scythe. 633 does secure the kill. And the relocate gank, this is why you still pick the Gyro IO, because it's still very powerful. And they put this Huskar in the grave for quite a substantial amount of time. And this was, at that time, the overall net worth leader. And they've created enough space now where that's no longer the case. Roger's actually blocked off Nix being able to pick up this haste rune. I mean, this is worth it. Like, any amount of damage that Roger takes, he's happy right now. Huskar's dead for so long, Jesus Christ. This ultimate, guys. This ult. Oh my god. Even that 15 seconds is a really long time. Especially in the early levels, actually, I think. Like, obviously, you stay dead in absolute terms longer later. But I think you feel it a lot more in the early game. And now, F1NJ will just be stuck farming some ancients or some neutrals right now. Try to catch back up into this game. Finish his power treads. And then move on into picking up his Heaven's Halberd. We do have a slight pause for the time being, which will enable us to look towards what Nix will be doing to catch himself back up in this game. He has the same amount of net worth as the Centaur, and Centaur is going up against a really difficult lane. And at the end of the day, Centaur only really needs to be able to secure a Blink Dagger for his team. Anything else is just, you know, a bonus. And he's almost got it. Actually does have it. There we go. Blink online. Top lane though, Misha. They find F1NJ. There's going to be the triple fire blast coming out with the boats flying through from Nix. Oh, they don't get him in time before the heal coming in from Solo. And there's going to be a Winter's Curse catching out next. There will be a relocate coming in from LTW and Immersion. They want to try and get this fight going for themselves. F1NJ is still alive. Armlet talking for all his worth. Randy's going to surround Nix and they will be able to find that kill onto the Kunkka. Roger looking to try and get off a stun with the Enchant Totem. Roger falling very low. The flat cannon hits were bringing him down on HP, but ILTW and Immersion do not want to fight around this Phantom Lancer. Sure, Afoninja might only have the armlet right now, but Ramses does have himself access to level 8 on this Phantom Lancer with full power treads, moving quite decently towards that Yasha. So they almost kill Afoninja, but this is going to get harder and harder, especially after he picks up that Heaven's Halberd. Right now, with the armlet, he's just armlet toggling quite well. And Solo is helping out too. And they're going to try and perhaps defend this mid lane. Nyx is TPing to the top lane to defend this Pasha. Unbeknownst to him, there's gonna be a fight happening here. Relocate coming through. Will he be able to get off a multi-man start? He's not even gonna try for it. He recognizes that Afoninja is dead and on his own. He's gonna blink past Misha. Him and Ramsey should be able to make an escape here from the top side of the map. Now, this is a really long TP on Pasha. If Misha had been close enough, would have been able to cancel one of those TPs off. And now in the mid lane though, Immersion relocates back and gets caught out. Ramsey's going to try and fight this ILTW, trying to run himself away. The Stampede will come out. There will be a stun from Pasha onto the Gyrocopter, and they will find ILTW, granting Ramsey's a double kill, bringing down the entire combo. That's basically his Yasha. Just needs a little bit more gold, then he should have that full item for himself. Pretty great place to be if you are on the side of Team Russia. Although we're seeing that the contest is somewhat available from the side of ESPADA. They're pushing in on the top side of the map, forcing Afoninja to head towards here to defend it. They just recently planted this Observer Ward in between the tier 1 and tier 2 in the mid lane, so they have some kind of vision control of when they want to move on this side of the map. They even have an Observer Ward right by the shrine, an area where Huskar usually ends up farming between these two camps and the Ancients. So they have really adequate vision of the moves that Team Russia might want to make. As long as they TP around intelligently enough, make adequate use of this Wisp relocate, I think they'll be fine. Nyx is also, he's building actually Heaven's Halberd first. He's not going to go for the Shadow Blade. I guess he figures that he needs to be able to apply something to the fight ASAP, and having Heaven's Halberd is amazing versus Huskar. Huskar doesn't really want to buy a Manta style or anything, nor a BKB, at least not an early BKB. It's a pretty great item versus that hero. LTW and Immersion have now encroached onto the Team Russia jungle. On the side of Team ESPADA, they want to claim the tier 1 tower. BZZ is perfect with the Sword of Defiance, still moving towards that Yule Scepter next. The kind of game, given that you're playing against, you know, Huskars and the like, where going Radiance, you need defensive items really. Can't really afford to buy that hard farming Radiance or anything. You need to be able to team fight with your team. The TPs are coming in. Solo gonna find himself getting fire blasted. They want to try and get this kill before the Winter's Curse comes out, but the curse will be there. On the backside of fight, Pasha will get the stun onto the Gyro Eye on the Effigy with the Echo Slam as well. Coming in from the Earthshaker will be able to continue the chain stun, but Nyx with the boat, they keep LTW alive. They will lose the Eye though. Next will lose the Gyrocopter that goes away. Afoninja does bring down BZZ as perfect after they launch off the ultimate directly onto Roger, and Roger has created enough space that Nyx now will be chased down. No mana left onto him. He's trying to head up onto the hill. Afoninja has the life break but needs the vision coming in from the illusion, and they don't have the chase. Nyx on the high ground will be able to get himself away out of trouble. And Team Russia take their first team fight loss really. Looks like an overall tie for them, and they do get a lot more money out of it, but I kind of feel like at this point in the game, if ESPADA are able to walk away from a fight at all, it is a victory for them, especially if it's Nyx that gets the chase away. He doesn't have that much gold to his name, so he needs that experience by staying alive in these fights. In Team Russia, they're going to try and smoke up right now. Roger as well as Solo. Well, they haven't smoked just yet. They're still planting out some Observer Wards, just getting some vision going. On the bright side for them, they don't end up losing this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And we saw the reveal of both Blink Daggers on the Earthshaker. Roger as well as Pasha showing their metal here in the backside of the map, making the direct jump onto the Gyro IO combination. And they do find those grabs, so now we are going to see how they're going to respond to the fact that this Earthshaker does have Blink Dagger. They're going to have to position themselves really well, especially on this IO, to ensure that he doesn't get caught out inside the chain stun of the Earthshaker. Because then he can just straight up die immediately. And now they're going to try and smoke here. Solo does have Winter's Curse. Will they find it? They get the curse out onto the Io. Pasha looking for the opportunity to get off the blink. Oh, the Fire Blast will be able to interrupt the fissure. And Pasha trying to close the gap past the cooldown coming in from the ILTW Gyrocopter. They will succeed in getting that kill. Io relocates now directly onto the Gyrocopter to give him some support for this fight. Misha with the Fire Blast turning his attention towards Solo. Solo still alive. Gets a Cold Embrace off onto himself, but will still die nonetheless towards the Wisp Balls. Misha now getting turned upon by the Phantom Lancer illusions. Not going to be enough. F1NJ getting the jump onto BZZ is perfect with the life break. They call him back. They get the kill onto Ramses. Nyx with the boat will secure the stun and the grab onto the Phantom Lancer. And they again get their own back. They lose the Wisp very early on, but it takes them a lot of effort to get that Wisp kill. In fact, they had to commit the full Stampede for that, which gives enough time towards ESPADA to buy back onto the Wisp, realize that they have all the tools available to fight further. And then they come themselves back into this. Roger. Roger! Now that he has his Blink Dagger, maybe he can provide some space towards Solo to be able to finish off an item or two for him. This Glimmer Cape can really work wonders for their team, especially up against this Ogre Magi. Like, Glimmer Caping a target that gets Fire Blasted is really, really nice. Especially if it ends up being one of those huge multi-costs. Like a 4 times multiplier. Then you're just like, nice try, buddy, but it does nothing, sorry. Ramses still looking towards finishing this Diffusal Blade. Here we are, 18 minutes into the game. He is third in net worth. The overall net worth leader is this Gyrocopter. ILTW with this Yasha and the drums. His team has been enabling him to the best of their ability. They even have this mech now for immersion. So they're doing everything they can to ensure that Gyrocopter can output as much damage in the midst of the fight as possible. Another cool thing about this mech though is that because they have the Necrophos, if you pop the Ghost Shroud on Necro before you get mech'd, it's like an overcharged heal as well. So depending on their timing on when they use this mech, they can keep these team fights going for much longer than the side of Team Russia would expect. And now Nyx is gonna get, oh, they don't even need the kill from, like the grab from Nyx. BZZ is perfect as well as Misha with the Fire Blast and the ultimate, which doesn't secure the kill with the Reaper Scythe. However, they are still able to put Pasha into the grave. And I must say, they have dealt relatively well with this Huskar. Like, they're out of 2 tier 1s, but they haven't lost that much. And they're actually going to get another kill onto Solo in the bottom side of the map. ILTW proving his mettle. And now we'll do the very smart build on this hero. And just buy a BKB, man. BKB is such a great item on this hero. Just buy it. This is the Chinese build, or at least they popularized the build. Going drums Yasha into BKB. And now ILTW will farm some of this dire triangle. Get himself nice and topped up. We'll see a smoke perhaps in the making from the side of Team Russia. There we go. They're all going to smoke. As 5. They want to try to break down this Roshan. F1AJ with this Heaven's Halberd. This is usually the time that Roshan gets taken away as a Huskar lineup. And he's got their 3 points into the Inner Vitality. So they should be able to make this one happen without too much difficulty. There's going to be the life break. Kind of silly that it works as well as it does versus Roche, but whatever. And they should be able to claim away this Aegis. Does not seem like the side of Team ESPADA have any idea this is happening. And F1NJ will pick up the Aegis of the Immortal at the exact same time as Gyrocopter picks up the BKB. So now it's going to be all up to Roger as well as Pasha to ensure that they can get the disable out onto the Gyrocopter before the BKB is able to get triggered. Either that or they need to be able to kill the IO very early on in the fight. Erstwhile though, Team Russia will try and make use of the advantage that is granted by having this Aegis to secure this tier 1 tower in the top lane. With a tier 2 tower. And they are sieging this right now. At the same time though, ESPADA will at least try to get the counter tower towards the bottom side of the map. They won't get it before the top one goes down. So Team Russia, if they decide to, could perhaps come back and defend this. They are moving solo back toward the tier 1 tower. The TPs are coming in. Roger, though, going to get fire blasted down with the cold out going directly onto him. The Reaper side will be there, so they don't have this Earthshaker, but F1NJ TPs in regardless. And now it's their turn to buy back on this Earthshaker. BKB will be used by ILTW. They use the Winter's Curse onto Immersion. They're trying to get this early grab onto Misha, and they succeeded doing so. But F1NJ will pop the Aegis for this, and ILTW with the flat cannon hits as well as the rocket barrage just goes forward and gets a double kill forward in the fight. And they will be able to at least clear out both the Centaur and Winter Wave, and both of them buy back. And now Misha, having already lost his life and Immersion as well. BZZ is perfect. Is going to be the last one to die. A double kill for F1NJ on this Huskar. ILTW as well as Nyx will be able to secure their escapes. It's going to be 3 for 3 with the addition of the Aegis with the Immortal going down, as well as this tier 2 tower falling. So ILTW with this BKB went absolutely ham in that fight. Popped the BKB, went in with the flat cannon. It was a good look of them to be able to destroy Roger so early on in the fight. I mean, sure, he does buy back, but because of the fact that he TP'd in the first time, after that buyback, he has to walk all the way towards that fight. So he arrives way too late to be able to help out in any meaningful capacity. So ILTW now going to be finishing off this SNY after grabbing this Yasha. I think it might not also be the worst idea for him to pick up the Manta style. You know, the SNY will definitely tank him up, increase his overall damage output and his staying power in the midst of the team fights. But I don't even think he needs it though. He's gonna rather go for this Maelstrom and then get a Satanic later on down the line. Yeah, I think that given that Immersion is now level 15, getting Maelstrom is probably better for your team, because the side gunner does benefit from that orb, and they will smoke, or rather the effect. There's no orbs really in Dota anymore. The smoke does come from ESPADA. They want to try and get a grab on somebody in the dire jungle. FN has just used the doppelganger. I'm not sure if they noticed that though. The scan on the high ground. They do see F1NJ with it, but they don't have any wards down anymore. So their vision is really limited. Oh, Roger pops the smokes. And will be able to get his escape here. Nyx will still find the X marks the spot onto him though, and the tether will give ILTW the damage to bring down this Earthshaker quite easily. So Roger tanking the gank for his team. Now let's see if they will be able to bring down this tier 2 tower once again. They've proven their mettle before that they can't really be fought into by the side of Team Russia. So Team ESPADA will just move on and siege this tier 2 tower. Top lane though, 9 Pasha is going to try and at least take the tier 3 tower in the meantime, or force some teleports back. They might just fight Nyx. Nyx doesn't have a Shadow Blade, but they've TP'd out onto the Centaur already. Yo guys, if Pasha hadn't left over there, Nyx would be dead right now, actually. But soon Nyx will also have the BKB, so it's going to be much harder for him to die in these kind of circumstances. And Pasha just heading off into building the Crimson Guard. I'm surprised nobody on their team is trying to build a pipe, but I guess nobody really wants to carry the pipe right now. I think pipe could be very, very nice up against the Necro, the Gyro, the Ogre Magi, you know, all these kind of heroes. Speaking of those kind of heroes, they're all smoked right now, and they are heading off onto the Team Russia side of the map. This observer ward they have, I didn't see anybody yet. They just blocked the camp or two, and there's going to be a fissure catching onto the Gyrocopter. Homing rocket flying out onto Roger, and the homing missile does get destroyed by F1NJ. The smoke gank will therefore be ruined. Also, there was a DD on Huskar at the time, so maybe not the best position to fight into. You know, I'd rather also avoid a DD Huskar at pretty much all stages. So the game's slowing down somewhat right now. We're just seeing the accrual of gold on all these core heroes. Pasha's being left in the dust right now though. He really wants this axe after the Crimson Guard. But a lot more farm priority has to go towards this Huskar and PL. Especially Huskar, who, yes, he does have his BKB right now, but he's not going to be relevant forever. There's going to be the fissure going out onto BZZ is perfect. There will be a callback onto F1NJ. Torrent will not connect. Pasha was looking for the stun. There's going to be the relocate. They will be able to get the Stampede away with the Winter's Curse, putting Immersion into position. Misha loses life towards Ramses as well as Afro Ninja. There will be a callback, dragging back Pasha, but the Echo Slam coming in from Roger, catching the two heroes in the backside of the fight. Next round falling very low. Call down will be there from LTW, but he will actually be taken away from the fight by Immersion. So the rest of them are left to fend to their own devices. Yule Scepter onto the Earthshaker, holding him back. BZZ is perfect, will use this as an opportunity to escape. He does get the kill onto Ramses with the Reaper Scythe. But man, they're lucky they escaped when they did. Immersion was falling dangerously close. He's going to look for the fissure. They do get it off onto our IO. Cold Embrace will be there to keep him alive for the time being. The magical damage will be there from the homing rocket, but Immersion realizes that sticking around to try and kill a Cold Embrace Earthshaker is probably a bad look. And they will be able to back away safely. So they lose the fight at bottom and in tier 1 tower, but they do not lose the ILTW hard farming Gyrocopter, nor do they lose the Necrophos. So their two highest net worth heroes do end up staying alive in that engagement. And they also got the grab onto Ramses. Anytime that Ramses dies, they're going to be very, very happy. Now Gyro does indeed finish off the SNY. Oh, top lane. Misha almost got spotted underneath the Radiant Sentry Ward, but fortunately for him, able to just walk past. Skates on through, is in a safe-ish position. Let's see though, if he comes too close, but he's staying towards the trees. He's playing very smart right now. Understands the potential for there to be a sentry down. And even gets off an Observer Ward in a really far out position. This is so great for Misha. Because first he walks past the sentry, so when they don't see him the second time around, they're like, oh, he's probably left the area entirely. Erstwhile, he is able to get off a pretty decent sentry ward. They are going to try and make use of the smoke gank once again. Pasha, as well as Roger, with Solo leading their helm. Unfortunately for them, Roshan is not up. It's a fairly late respawn. But fortunately for them, Heart of Tarask now complete for Ramses. So he's got Heart. Huskar looking to build Satanic. Both these heroes are just going to be so incredibly tanky. Hell, even the Centaur, once he finishes his Aghanim Scepter, the reduction on the overall damage they're receiving anyway, going to be huge. Team Rush is going to be basically unkillable. BZZ might need to fight himself a BKB. Maybe even more so than he needs this Ags. I understand the notion of the Ags, right? You want to be able to spam out your ultimate as much as possible onto these beefy heroes like the Centaur, like the Husk, like the PL that buys a heart. You know, one cost of that ultimate could change a team fight for you. It's also going to need BKB, so it needs both of these items ASAP. Let's see if they're able to find the space to give this towards BZZ as perfect. Also, while the Gyrocopter, now that he does have himself the Maelstrom as well as the SNY, can safely build himself into a butterfly. Get some evasion on his own behalf, knowing full well that nobody on the side of Team Russia is ever going to even think about buying an MKB. That's actually interesting that Pasha went for the damage talent rather than the return talent damage. Top, Afro Ninja. They might find a fight onto ILTW. They will be going for the combat over this bounty rune in the top side of the map. Solo can still try to find space to throw in the Winter's Curse. Immersion getting burned down a lot right now by these burning spears. Only be able to survive this huge Winter's Curse. Catching 4 heroes onto the Gyrocopter of all heroes. And they will be able to find this kill. Echo Slam as well from Roger. Catching 3 heroes. The Fissure will be there as well. 4 heroes have all gone down. Fallen prey to the full complement of Chain Stun. Pasha also followed up with the Stampede into the Hoof Stomp. And Solo, 322 Solo himself, making massive magic happen there. The Winter's Curse catches 4 heroes, allows Afro Ninja to just come in, jump in with the Burning Spears, huge Echo Slam to follow up from Roger, Pasha as well with his Chain Stun. And now suddenly it looks like they're threatening to take away a tier 3 tower. The buybacks are available from both. Well, from the only people with buyback are the Ogre as well as the Necrophos. Everybody else does not. And Necro, buying back right now, will not be enough to defend this lane of Rax. It looks like it's going to go down. They more than have the damage to take this in the 10 seconds remaining before the Gyrocopter and IO are online. And Gyrocopter was 25 gold short of buyback. And now they've just lost the lane of Rax. Oh my goodness. Team ESPADA did not expect that at all. They were just going for a routine pickup of the top side bounty runes. Instead, it ends up being a slaughter. They lose the laner axe. They are prospectively going to lose Roche as well. They cannot lose Roche at all. They need to get some vision around the Roshan pit ASAP. They cannot afford to lose the big bad boy. Nyx in this upcoming fight will have BKB available. So that's the one good thing. They were not able to use it in the previous fight. And now they find out that Roche is online. They know they have to take this. They can't afford to let this go. Solo has Blink Dagger now, above and beyond simply having the Glimmer Cape. And Roche, oops, the big bad boy. Looks like they want to take him down as soon as humanly possible. Having a little bit of frame rate drop here, which is kind of odd. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. No, not fixed yet. Okay, Afo will jump into the Roshan pit. They're gonna look to be able to get the kill onto this. Okay, wow, major frame rate drops. They really want to try and find this grab. He'll go on the backside of the fight. Pasha pops a stampede, trying to run away from this. Fissure will be there. Immersion's Aeon just go pop. Afo does grab the Aegis of the Immortal. Winter's Curse again, catching out onto the Necrophos. BZZ is perfect. Gonna get taken down by ILTW. And Solo will be inside the cold embrace. They do find him, but it takes so much time for get this to happen. Buyback will be there from the Necrophos. Afo BKB pop will turn his attention towards bringing down ILTW, who's forced to flee away from this fight. BKB's being popped out the wazoo by everybody. Jump forward, coming in from the life break. They want to try to bring down Nyx. Nyx, will he be able to make this escape happen? Yes, he does. Back inside the fountain and to safety, and he does end up surviving that engagement. The buybacks were there from both BZZ is perfect as well as Solo, because they know on the side of Team Russia that having claimed their life away from the IO, okay, BZZ is perfect going to be in some trouble. The life break not triggered out onto him just yet. He was able to find the blink away. And now ILTW is going to be in trouble. There's going to be the life break onto him. He doesn't have BKB available. He's going to lose his life right off the back of this. Does buy back immediately. The Reaper Scythe will be there coming out onto Huskar. Not enough to kill him thanks to the Glimmer Cape as well as the Cold Embrace. Next now falling very low. Pasha with the start onto two heroes. They found both supports. The Kunkka as well as the Ogre Major. ILTW now has just brought back. Splinter Blast will connect onto him. Solo will be able to kill him. And that's actually just going to be it. GG, well played will be called. ESPADA will give up the ghost in game number 1. And they fall prey to this Huskar draft. And at the end of the day, Team Russia, Virtus Pro minus no one plus Afo are able to take the game away from them. And Team Russia, with a 1-0 lead thus far, doing it in style really, actually. From the very beginning of the game, Afo looked like he knew exactly what he was doing. This actually felt like more of an outdraft than anything else. Afo is able to put the hurt onto the Kunkka in the mid lane quite substantially. We had Ramses moving around the map, making life extremely difficult for this Gyrocopter and the IO. In fact, actually, who did ILTW kill this game? I was only killing supports. Oh my goodness, look at this. There's 3... Look at these heroes, how low their deaths are. Two deaths on Ramses, 3 on Afo 4 on Pasha. They just played an impeccable game here of Dota. So, that's game 1, ladies and gentlemen, between Team Russia and Team ESPADA. We'll be seeing in game number 2 whether or not Team ESPADA will be able to bring this game back and force us into at least the 4th game, or if we're on track for Team Russia to be able to grab the immediate 3-0. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We have some more Dota 2 action coming right up in just a moment. There is one more thing that does bear mentioning though, is that, okay, so look at these, look at these heroes, right? Look at this. The items that Team ESPADA ended up buying off. Pretty much across the board, they were looking for survivability, right? They said to themselves, you know what, if we don't die, that's all we really need to do is not die, and then maybe we can take these fights. But at the same time, Team Russia also feels pretty confident that, hey, we actually have more damage than you, and our lanes went exceptionally better than yours. So there's absolutely no way in which, you know, the longer this game goes, the better things are for you. So at the end of the day, I do think that they had to, you know, might have to change things up when we come back for the next game. I do think Gyro IO is probably overrated right now. not really something that you really want to be looking towards having yourself. You know, just rather not. Just why not? It's been beaten so many times. Everyone knows how to play against it. We saw the immediate pickups of the Huskar as well as this PL. They were really prepared. They were like, we are not going to allow a situation in which we just get taken apart, just ran over because we weren't expecting this. No, we're going to expect it and we're going to beat you with it. And then you're going to regret having picked it at all. So I highly doubt that we'll be seeing this combination of heroes come out in the second game. I suspect more than anything else that we'll just try to see lane dominators. That ESPADA will probably reckon, you know what guys, let's just win the lanes and we'll be okay. But that will be coming, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment for the second game. This is the WESG Russia qualifiers. We have ourselves Team ESPADA going up against Team Russia. Don't go anywhere. Game number 2 coming right up.